This summer, we went to London's Gay Mardi Gras to find out about current levels of awareness of HIV and AIDS. The gay men marching here today are a high-risk group, but many of the younger ones think that AIDS was a disease of the 1980s that is now under control and fully treatable.
Go in that way.
AIDS is still with us. Although people with AIDS are living longer, the hope for dropping new HIV infections hasn't happened. HIV infections are now at record levels. Half of these new infections are of gay men in their 20s. 1 in 6 gay men in London is HIV positive. A third of them do not know it.
It would be nice if we get more education into the schools, get the younger kids a little better educated.
Yeah.
It's getting around the bigotry, I think.
One of the people who provides AIDS education in schools is Kenny Gibson.
There are certain schools that we approach who won't even allow us to begin talking about the safer sex issues, such as the use of condoms with 14-year-olds. And yet, 12% of 14-year-olds pertain to have sex. So we've got to be allowed to go into all schools to show them that HIV is an issue that will affect them the minute they begin having sex. I was certainly diagnosed when I was their age. Once you actually tell them what it's like, you get them listening to you, particularly the school children.
It's something that I guess I'm quite scared of, something that's quite prominent in the gay community, something I'd want to stay clear of.
I know there is somewhere that you can call, but I don't know the number. But it's like they put all the information out in the magazine slurry.
I think there's less education around now than there was 5 or even more years ago, and I think they should keep on with the education and the campaigns, although in less scare tactic way.
Like, I know a lot of kids who are not like me, and their parents are not as laid back, and the parents won't let them read magazines or talk about it.
Yes.
And if the parents don't, and the kids don't read any magazines, then I don't know where they're going to get it from, because the school doesn't do anything.
3 condoms for load. 3 condoms for load. 3 condoms for load. There you go, mate. Be lucky. Have a big night. There you go. 3 condoms for load. There you go. BBB. Yeah, this one's got my name on it. There you go. 3 condoms for load. There you go. Have a big night. Go on. 3 condoms for load.
We do come across teenagers particularly who think that having unsafe sex, it doesn't matter, because the morning after pill is available, that combination therapy is available.
Nobody should think of having unsafe sex because there's some treatment available to actually get rid of the virus afterwards, because there's no cure if you get the virus. Combination therapy actually stops the virus from multiplying in your body. It stops it from destroying your immune system by using certain cells in your immune system. It is not a cure for HIV. Combination therapy will not kill the virus. It will only stop the virus to multiply. So hopefully your immune system will be restored and you will be able to fight certain infections.
I'd most definitely be dead by now if it wasn't for combination therapies. But they are hard to take. Extremely hard to take, believe you me. It's like I said, it may have extended the quality of life for a lot of people, and it may have extended life itself, but there are those for whom it doesn't work, and people are still going to die.
It is something to be taken only when you fully and truly understand what you're putting into your body. We're talking about violently toxic drugs. We're not talking about an aspirin or an extra strong headaches.
We try to get them to understand that it isn't the disease that they've got to live with. Treatment is only one of the issues. They've then got to suffer the social stigmas, the prejudices, etc. that comes along with that diagnosis.
failure status to those you encounter?
Yes. I would do it gently. I'd make them think about the positive things. I'm living with HIV, not dying from it. I don't have it because of what I am. I know straight people with HIV, I know children with HIV, I know gay men obviously with HIV. I've got it because of what I've done. And somewhere in my past sexual experience, I've had unprotected sex.
Very safe. Very safe. Clothes on. I can't feel nothing, darling. You can't feel anything because I've got my clothes on, you fool. I could explain the term barebacking. I mean, it's shagging without a condom.
Barebacking sex. I'm aware of it being a term used on the internet, yes. I think it's a turn-on term.
I think they're just tired of having to use a condom. That they're just tired of using those. They're just tired of being safe. So if they just infect themselves, that it's over and done with.
I thought it was a sex game, like the what do they call it? Russian roulette.
Yeah.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
If people want to take risks, I'm not going to stop them. But I think they have got to think of the implications on their partner, not only the physical, but the psychological. The pressure on the gay scene, on some quarters, particularly the club scene that you're hearing in the background. The pressure in that scene to use unprotected barebacking sex is really quite phenomenal.
I'm sure most people go out and they think, right, whatever I do tonight is going to be safe, and then you get high, you forget, and it's like, still the fact that it won't be me, it'll be somebody else.
The message isn't getting across, it really is. It needs people who have been living with it for a long time to go and talk to them, because they don't see, the word I've heard from young gay men is that we're all right, we can ride bareback now because there's all this medication out there, we don't need to worry anymore, which is wrong.
Do you think the younger generation are learning from the past experiences of the 80s?
No, because they weren't part of it, so how can they learn if they have to be taught?
So effectively they're trying to block out the past. It's an old,
I feel sorry for them
condition.
in a lot of ways, because they didn't have the freedom we had 20 years ago, where AIDS wasn't a problem. So there was an awful lot more going on.
Many young people today think of AIDS as an older gay men's problem. It is not. The new combination therapies are neither a morning after pill nor a cure. Unprotected sex is as dangerous today as it was when AIDS first appeared.